excited when I saw my mother-in-law, Emily, leading a group of wide-eyed children, along with the instructor of the keep, Jacqueline, through the main corridor toward the sea of bookcases. Emily's blonde hair shone brightly in the sunlight pouring in through the main doors and the electric lights that had been installed throughout the cavernous space. Emily, or as everyone in Wexbury calls her, the Queen of the Scrolls, since she is the matron of the library of the Techromancy scrolls in Wexbury, was about the only person I knew who was shorter than myself, and she was one of the few blondes in Sparo. Fewer and fewer children are born each year with that hair color. Father, Prime Techromancer Donovan, has explained to me that it is a recessive trait and in time could disappear from the realms. I think I understand, though I feel a fool for not being sure about the things the man attempts to explain to me at times. I'm glad that Emily has finally made an honest man out of Donovan. Celeste's father deserved this second chance at happiness after his first wife died of wasting syndrome so many years ago. Father felt he had to hide his feelings for the hyperwoman because of what he felt Celeste would think of his affections toward a woman almost half his age and barely older than herself. For the record, Celeste was ecstatic that her father had found love again. She's awesome like that. Emily beamed a huge smile at me, with that glint of mischief only she could conjure. Oh, Mother Luna, I knew that look. The group stepped up to me, impeding any chance of a stealthy retreat. I squeaked as I found myself in a hug. I noted the disheveled clothing on the children, their ages ranging from around 5 to 15, and it was my turn to open my eyes wide at the realization of who they were. I giggled with a conspiratorial tone as Emily released me. What brings the Queen of the Scrolls to the Penny Library today? I had to add in a teasing, "Mother." She was only my elder by 5 or 6 years. Well, that we know of, that is. It seems my mother-in-law is quite a mystery. Everyone assumes she is noble, but nobody has any information about her before she became the matron of the library, and she always gives nebulous answers when asked about her age. It isn't until after you leave her company that you realize she never really answered. Then I looked over the children with a beaming smile. "And who are these delightful children you have in tow?" She winked at me, knowing full well I had already deduced who they were, even if the variety of clothing color schemes and styles hadn't clued me in. "These," she waved her hand airily at the group as Jacqueline beamed with pride, "are the winners of the first annual Sparo Young Scholar Lottery." Then she added, to throw my tease right back in my face, "Daughter?" I told myself, I will not gush, I will not gush. I gushed and beamed at the group as I said, "Welcome and congratulations to all of you. All of the knowledge in this library is open to you all." Prince George was so impressed with the programs we had in place in Wexbury to educate every man, woman, and child as to not limit the benefits of education to nobles that he had made a decree that all of the realms were to adopt similar programs. In the past, it had felt to me as if the nobles didn't want us common serfs to be educated. They kept another layer of separation between the classes and made them feel superior just because by happenstance they were lucky enough to be born into a noble family. But in the few short years we have been educating everyone in Wexbury, we have seen positive results, improving the quality of life and sense of self-worth of our populace. So when the tomes started flowing back into the Penny Library, we petitioned Prince George's wife, Princess Everly, to somehow make it possible for more than just scholars to travel from the other realms to make use of the endless amounts of knowledge contained within the library. She commissioned a yearly lottery system which would draw the names of 2 commoner children who have not reached majority, the age of consent, from each realm to travel to Wexbury to witness the library themselves. The travel and care of the children would be paid by the crown, as well as a stipend of 4 iron pennies to the parents of the children to offset any hardship they would experience by not having the children at home to work with them. I kept a smile on my face, though I noted the disrepair some of the children's clothing were in. A small girl with skin as dark as a starless night was holding the hand of an older boy with equally as dark skin. Their long robes with silver piping told they were from Hell's Gate. They had traveled so very far across the burning desert to be here, escorted by the prince's royal guard, and the poor girl had no shoes. The boy looked to have a keen interest at the 2 swords on my hips. I started blushing when Emily turned to the group and said, "Everyone, this is Templar Laney, Sora of the Lupe of the Mountain Gypsies and the Penny Lady of Wexbury herself." The kids all